Wednesday morning here on Loving Living Local. We have a special guest who is a special gift, psychic medium and intuitive life coach. Dana Precious is here once again.
Thank you very much.
And it's like we're having, I don't know, a connection, you and I, because you're across the pond. It's lovely.
Except for the Yorkshire tea. That's the only thing that ain't going to work.
Why don't you like Yorkshire tea?
It's too strong. My mum loves it, but it's too strong.
It's wonderful. This building loves it and all. I gave it all out like candy when I first started. There you go. Do you know what, Dana? So we're going to be very transparent with the viewers.
Yep.
Okay, because that's what we do when we have you on the show. I went kind of wandering around with you.
Yes.
We started filming and we couldn't pick anything up, and then you kind of just went right. I don't know where you went. And
I went somewhere, yeah.
And you picked something up straight away.
Yes, there was a staff member, without going into too much detail, as I was walking down the corridor onto the floor, everybody just came out of the meeting. Then I picked up on a woman's grandfather who happened to be a veteran, somebody who had suffered with Alzheimer's and dementia, and we were just doing a little reading outside, so we got into a little bit more information. I wish we could share it, but it was just a little bit of information.
A little bit of information, and what we're going to try to do is kind of go back there after the show, film it, put it on social media, so people can see it in a bit more detail.
See what it's like.
Yeah. I've got a question, all right? And I bet the viewers want to know as well. When you're getting something, I don't know what to call it. I feel really rude. Like, what's it called? Is it a feeling? What is it?
My friend loves to call it tuning in Tokyo. I don't know why, but that's the nickname she gave it for me. But it's basically your claircognizance, your clear knowing. Or for me, it's my clairaudience, which is your clear hearing, or your clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. So think of all your basic senses. Oh, I'm feeling these things, or your intuition, right? You start to sense things. Everything else is heightened. And what I hear is spirit communicating by thought. And then I just start receiving their thoughts like a download. So I'll start maybe hearing names, or I'll hear how somebody's passed, or other details like that. And then I'm basically translating. So it's their thoughts impressing into my thoughts. So it's like
fascinating.
That everywhere,
I really
always.
Do.
Yeah.
And do you get like is it a pain? Is it warmth? Is it I don't know, is it a tickle? What is it? Like what is that? What is that like?
You say tickle, but actually when spirit comes in, I get a tickle on my nose.
Do you really?
I don't know why, I just get a little tickle on my nose. It's weird, I know. But for me, it really depends on the spirit. So if I get a spirit that's really pushy, I'll feel like they're just rushing into my energy, my aura, my biofield space. But if it's a gentle spirit, or they've passed in a certain way that's tragic, it can feel quite different. It all depends on how they've passed. So with the gentleman that I got in earlier, I knew immediately that he had either Alzheimer's or dementia, because my mind starts to get foggy. I start to feel insecure. So I get very slight symptoms of how the person's passed.
The connection.
Yeah, so if it's a heart attack, I'll feel pressure on my heart. If it's a brain tumor, I'll feel pressure in the brain. If it's an external source of like an accident, then I will feel a physical vibration, but a very kind of small amount of that. So it's not on the same level, yeah.
Do you get an emotional connection where you feel, I don't know, it gets more personal for some people, and you get, I don't know, like people say when they get emotional connection, they get a bit exhausted as well. What's that feeling like in an emotional sense? It
can be hard. So over time and practice, and I encourage anyone who is aware of these abilities to study, because you need to learn how to ground it. So for me, I see maybe 3 clients a day and I'm tired, I'm exhausted. Generally in my office, there's a table, box of tissues, always getting used. I'm having to replace that box of tissues pretty much every week, because there's always tears. But sometimes they're happy tears, sometimes they're sad tears. And you're reuniting people with their loved ones that they weren't sure if they could ever communicate with again. And they're always trying to communicate with us. And the thing is, if ever, say you're going about your business, you're going about work, and you suddenly maybe say, think of your grandmother. That's probably because she's come into your space. She's around you. That's always a general understanding of how spirit's coming around. But they share lots of signs and things.
Dana, we love having you on the show. Okay,
I
think we need to connect later on this year as well. But I do urge people to check out your website as well. DanaPrecious.com and TikTok. Okay. Facebook and everything. But you know what? I found out something new. She does live audience. You do an audience with.
Yeah.
We need to try it. We need
to do an audience live on TV.
We do.
Amazing.
Dan, it's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, love.
And we're going to film after the show. We're going to catch up with the person. Is that cool?
Yep. Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you. And we're shucking oysters when we come back. You don't want to miss that here on Loving Living Local.